Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, I come before you as the commander of heaven's armies, the righteous judge, the defender of the vulnerable, and the God who actively intervenes for his people. I enter this prayer not as one voice alone, but as part of a body standing under your authority. You are the God who confronts opposition that rises unjustly, who confronts hidden hostility, and who takes up the case where darkness believes it is unseen, where attacks have formed in secret, where resistance has been crafted in silence. Rise as the judge who has already examined the matter. Let the truth speak where deception is spoken. Let your verdict overturn every hidden work. I call out every concealed operation working against the lives of your people, every spiritual manipulation masked as kindness, every betrayal hidden beneath familiarity, every watcher assigned to monitor progress, every voice operating behind the scenes to sabotage momentum, every spiritual surveillance, every projection of heaviness, every assignment of delay is sent intentionally. By the authority of Jesus Christ, I revoke their access, cancel their permission, and command their operations to collapse. Your justice establishes that those who target the innocent without cause do not prevail, that hidden traps eventually trap the one who built them, that harm released unjustly does not succeed. Therefore, I declare that every spell spoken in secret collapses, every evil projection returns empty, every altar raised against destiny loses power, every manipulation loses structure, every plan designed to entangle purpose breaks under the weight of divine exposure. I do not pursue darkness. You illuminate it. I withdraw agreement with fear, intimidation, paranoia, and inner unrest. I reject pressure to defend myself, explain myself, or battle in the flesh. I remain positioned in rest because you intervene for me. You are the one who brings vindication, not strategy. Let every false report lose credibility. Let every deceptive voice lose influence. Let every lying tongue fall silent under truth. Rise, Lord, as protector and defender. Stand between your people and what pursues them. Intercept what advances unseen. Disrupt what gathers momentum. Stop what moves quietly towards harm. Where attacks were progressing beneath awareness, let them be halted by divine intervention. Where opposition gained rhythm, let it lose direction. Let every path used for harm become confused and ineffective under righteous judgment. I rebuke every spiritual force released to drain joy, weaken clarity, and exhaust faith. Every wave of unexplained heaviness, every pattern of discouragement, every atmosphere of resistance. I renounce every word spoken in secrecy, every agreement formed in darkness, every covenant built without consent. By the authority of Jesus Christ, those words lose effect, and those covenants dissolve completely. Let those who took pleasure in another's struggle be restrained by accountability. Let confidence in wrongdoing turn into exposure. Let hidden pride become visible consequence. Let motives be uncovered so that your authority is recognized and your sovereignty is acknowledged. I receive restoration where interference was intended, clarity where confusion hovered, discernment where deception hid, peace where anxiety attempted to settle. You restore not only what was attacked, but what was disrupted. You rebuild not only what was damaged, but what was delayed. I remain under your covering and accept your outcome. As this prayer continues, I stay aligned beneath your authority. You are the God who sees beyond appearance and hears beyond words. Where harmful intentions have been hidden behind politeness, familiarity, and proximity, let discernment rise. Let nothing remain concealed that was intended for harm. I call out operations that thrive in secrecy, envy masked as concern, division stirred subtly, delays introduced without explanation, accusations rising behind closed doors, spiritual hunters tracking progress, favor, and peace. According to your justice, let their pursuit fail, let their strength weaken, let their assignments expire. I declare reversal. Every plan formed to humiliate becomes exposure for the one who designed it. Every effort to discredit becomes vindication for the righteous. Every strategy crafted to isolate becomes an opportunity for support and alignment. I remain in agreement with divine justice. I rebuke intimidation intended to silence prayer and obedience. I renounce fear meant to keep your people passive while spiritual interference operates. I reject silence born from pressure rather than wisdom. Where injustice continues, you rise, and I align with that movement. Let fabricated stories collapse. Let deception lose coherence. Let hidden lies unravel under truth. Let every false narrative fail to hold shape. I receive vindication without striving and allow you to speak on my behalf. I declare divine disruption over organized opposition. Let communication among those aligned in darkness fracture. Let coordination dissolve. Let understanding fail. Let their paths become ineffective so they can no longer pursue harm. I claim spiritual authority over territory. Homes, workplaces, callings, relationships, destinies are shielded. I revoke unauthorized spiritual access. I renounce monitoring assigned to track progress. By the authority of Jesus Christ, every channel used to observe, interfere, or project negativity is severed. You rescue those targeted by stronger forces. Where opposition relied on influence, position, or control, let your authority override them. Where your people were misunderstood or isolated, let your strength prevail visibly. I receive peace that stands independent of circumstance, confidence that does not require validation, rest that remains active while you work. I remain aligned as you continue to expose, dismantle, and restrain every hidden operation. I remain standing in spiritual authority. You are present as judge within conflict. What is hidden does not concern you. I align with divine movement rather than external appearance. I call out disguised opposition, familiar faces hiding harmful intent, broken loyalty operating through duplicity, internal sabotage formed through discouragement, spiritual opportunists waiting for vulnerable moments. I revoke their influence and remove their foothold. You witnessed when good was repaid with harm. I declare that betrayal does not determine outcome. I renounce trauma becoming identity. I receive healing where trust was violated. Let injustice committed in secrecy be fully addressed. I rebuke distortion that twists perception behind closed doors. I renounce false information released quietly. Let truth rise steadily and dismantle confusion. You observed gatherings aligned against the innocent without cause. Let every hidden alliance lose favor. Let every secret agreement dissolve under exposure. I declare restraint over harmful speech. Let damaging words lose power before reaching their target. Let conversations meant to destroy be interrupted. Let strategies collapse mid-formation. I separate from atmospheres designed to erode faith. I rebuke prolonged exposure to hostility. I renounce fatigue produced by sustained resistance. I receive renewed strength. I reject retaliation. I refuse bitterness disguised as wisdom. I remain still while you act. I receive restoration of focus, clarity, and direction. Where distraction was planted, let concentration return. Where momentum slowed, let movement resume naturally. I remain aligned as you continue exposing and dismantling every concealed operation. I stand knowing you do not withdraw once you enter a battle. You measure motives accurately. You assess intentions precisely. I align with your timing and allow justice to unfold with precision. I call out hindrance, stagnation, invisible resistance. Every force assigned to delay progress loses authority. Delay is not our portion. Where injustice lingers, you rise. Let opposition that relied on endurance, fatigue, or time become unsettled under intervention. I rebuke confusion aimed at blurring discernment. I renounce counterfeit direction. I receive clarity of mind and stability of judgment. Let traps disguised as opportunity be exposed. Let deceptive pathways be blocked. Let hidden nets be uncovered before entanglement. I rebuke attacks timed for exhaustion and transition. Even in weariness, you remain my strength. I receive stability, grounded authority, guarded heart, and settled mind. Your favor remains a surrounding shield. I declare accountability over every hidden hand. Let secrecy lose its protection. Let assumed immunity be confronted by consequence. I remain positioned, aligned, attentive. allowing divine justice to continue unfolding without interruption under your authority. Lord God, mighty defender, ancient of days, we come before you with reverence and steady faith, knowing that your authority is higher than every force that has tried to rise against this life. Let the one listening feel the weight of your presence now, not as fear, but as strength settling into their spirit, like armor forming quietly around the soul. You have not brought them this far to abandon them. You have not allowed them to endure hidden battles, only to leave them unguarded. You are their refuge, their stronghold, their deliverer, and your power has not diminished. You see what has been spoken in secret. You see what has been formed in hidden places. You see the heaviness that had no clear cause, the delay that felt unnatural, the confusion that tried to cloud clarity, the emotional exhaustion that came from carrying unseen burdens too long. And you are not distant from these things. The Psalms declare that you are near to the broken-hearted, that you surround your people like mountains surround Jerusalem, that you are a shield about them and the lifter of their head. Let this truth become alive within them now. Where darkness has tried to linger quietly, let your light rise steadily. Where spiritual pressure has tried to press down on the mind, let your peace push back with holy authority. Where discouragement whispered that nothing would change, let your voice speak stronger than every lie. You are the shepherd who restores the soul. You are the deliverer who lifts your child out of the pit and sets their feet upon solid ground. You are the God who does not overlook injustice, who does not ignore opposition, who does not remain silent when his children are touched. So we stand in confidence, not in personal strength, but in the authority of your presence. And we bring every burden, every hidden opposition, every unseen pressure before you. Let every work that has been sent against this life without your permission be overturned by your power. Let every assignment of confusion be returned void. Let every intention of heaviness be dismantled. Let every spiritual interference aimed at delay be reversed. Let every force that sought to disturb peace be sent back empty, ineffective, unable to repeat its mission, unable to remain. You are the God who frustrates the plans of the crafty. You are the God who causes traps to collapse on the ones who set them. You are the God who breaks the net and releases your child. So, let this be a season where what was meant to harm becomes powerless, where what was meant to oppress is overturned, where what was meant to weaken becomes evidence of your protection. Let there be a clear turning point in the spirit, where heaviness lifts, where clarity returns, where strength flows back gently but surely. Let your covering be felt over their mind, guarding their thoughts. Let your covering be felt over their body, restoring their energy. Let your covering be felt over their home, their work, their relationships, their path ahead. Let your angels stand watch in ways they may never see but will always benefit from. Let your hand remain upon them, steady and immovable. Let them know deeply that they are chosen, remembered, and held securely under your wings. Where identity has been shaken, restore it. Where confidence has been eroded, rebuild it. Where hope has been strained, renew it. Where faith has felt fragile, strengthen it. You did not design this life to live under oppression. You designed them to walk in freedom, to stand in dignity, to live in the quiet authority of one who belongs to you. Let that authority awaken within them now, not as arrogance, but as assurance that they are covered, defended, and not alone. Let peace return, not as a temporary feeling, but as a settled condition of the soul. Let clarity return, not in flashes, but as steady light. Let joy return, not forced, but as a natural response to the realization that the battle is not theirs to fight alone. You are fighting for them. You are standing before them. You are surrounding them behind and before, and your presence is their safety. And as this prayer continues to unfold in their spirit, long after these words end, Let the work you are doing continue uninterrupted. Let protection remain active. Let restoration continue gently. Let every door you have ordained begin to open in its proper time. Let every weight that was not meant for them fall away. Let every residue of spiritual opposition be cleared completely. Let their life become a testimony, not of struggle, but of divine intervention, of quiet victories, of unseen protection, of a God who never failed to keep his own. You are standing here because the hand of the Lord has held you steady through pressures that would have broken you if you were walking alone. And even now, his presence is not distant but active, surrounding you with a strength that does not shout, yet does not fail. You have felt the resistance, the heaviness that came without explanation, the delays that did not match your effort, the confusion that tried to cloud your clarity, and the emotional exhaustion that came from carrying silent battles too long. Yet the God of the Psalms has been watching every pattern, seeing every hidden pressure, tracing every unseen line of opposition, and he has not left you exposed. Your spirit can rise with calm authority, not because of personal strength, but because you are rooted in a God who defends his own. The Psalms describe those who trust in him as steady, upheld, and unmovable. And this steadiness is becoming your portion. Your awareness of God's defense is growing stronger than your awareness of opposition. Your confidence in his justice is becoming deeper than your memory of past attacks. You are not surrounded by danger. You are surrounded by God. Let your heart remember the promise of Psalm 91:1-2, that whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that you can say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. This is not a poetic idea. It is your position. It means that what rises against you must first contend with his authority. It means that what is sent toward you without his permission cannot remain. It means that your life is not open ground, but sacred ground under divine protection. The Lord is your light and your salvation, as Psalm 27:1 declares, and because of that, fear has no lasting place in you. Darkness cannot coexist with his light. Confusion cannot survive under his clarity. Heaviness cannot endure under his presence. You are being lifted from the pit, restored in the soul, and strengthened in the inner place where true battles are won. Your identity is not defined by what tried to oppress you, but by the one who calls you by name, chooses you and remembers you. And so, in this place of faith, without chaos and without strain, we speak with spiritual authority that every work formed against your peace, every assignment of delay, every burden released in secret, every confusion sent to cloud your mind, every heaviness aimed at your spirit, must return to sender powerless, ineffective, and unable to repeat its mission. Not in fear, but in divine order. Not in panic, but in holy justice. Not in human anger, but in the confidence that God himself is correcting what is out of alignment. Psalm 35:1 says, "Contend, Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me." And this is the foundation of your assurance, that God himself intervenes on behalf of his children. He dismantles what was designed to disturb. He overturns what was arranged to frustrate. He dissolves what was released to weaken. Under his authority, every snare breaks, every net tears, every hidden plan loses structure, every opposition loses momentum, and every lingering trace of spiritual interference is cleared away. You can feel the atmosphere changing, not through force, but through presence. Where fear once lingered, peace is settling. Where tension once lived, calm is taking root. Where your mind once felt clouded, clarity is returning. Where your spirit once felt worn, strength is rising again. This is the work of divine intervention unfolding steadily. This is the evidence that what was meant for harm is being reversed. This is the quiet testimony of a life being defended by God. You are hidden under his wings. You are surrounded by his presence. You are guarded by his hand. You are lifted when you are weary. You are restored when you are worn. You are strengthened when you are weak. Your path is being cleared. Your mind is being protected. Your peace is being restored. Your future is being preserved. And every force that attempted to interfere with that future is being turned back to sender, stripped of power, stripped of access, stripped of influence, unable to attach itself to your life. Remain here in this confidence. Remain under this covering. Remain in this awareness that the Lord is your refuge, your fortress, your defender, your shepherd, your stronghold. Let your spirit settle into the truth that you are not fighting alone, that you are not exposed, that you are not forgotten, that you are not abandoned. You are held securely. You are seen clearly. You are known deeply. And you are being carried forward by a God who does not lose battles and does not release what belongs to him. Covering over your life is not weakening. It is strengthening. And the authority that surrounds you is not fading. It is active and alert. You are not drifting through spiritual pressure without defense. You are standing within a boundary God himself has established. The Psalms speak of this when they say the Lord is your refuge and your fortress. And that truth is not symbolic for you, it is operational. Even when you cannot see every movement in the Spirit, divine order is at work, reversing what was sent, dismantling what was formed, and ensuring that every work of darkness aimed at you is being answered by higher authority. You can sense the difference now between fear-driven vigilance and spirit-led confidence. Your heart is learning to trust the covering rather than anticipate the threat. This is not weakness. This is maturity in warfare, where you do not exhaust yourself chasing opposition, but remain positioned while God confronts it for you. What once lingered now loses ground. What once returned now finds no access. What once disturbed now dissolves. This is the fruit of back to sender becoming reality rather than language. Divine justice correcting spiritual imbalance and restoring peace. The word affirms this assurance in Psalm 91:4, that you are covered and shielded, that you are not left exposed. Psalm 27:1 declares that the Lord is your light and your salvation, that fear loses its hold when his presence is active. Psalm 35:1 reminds us that God contends with those who contend against his own. These are not distant promises. They are present movements, unfolding now in the unseen, shaping outcomes you may not yet recognize, but are already benefiting from. You are not only being protected, you are being restored. Where emotional exhaustion once lived, strength is returning. Where discouragement once took root, hope is rising. Where confusion once clouded perception, clarity is settling. God is not only reversing attacks, he's rebuilding the places those attacks tried to weaken. He's not only blocking harm, he's restoring identity. You are remembering who you are again. Not a target, but someone chosen, known, guarded, and sustained. Even when opposition attempted to track your progress, divine authority intercepted its path. Even when delay tried to assert itself as permanence, it was answered with correction. Even when heaviness tried to revisit, it found less space. Every return attempt meets resistance. Every repeated pattern meets divine disruption. Every assignment that was sent against your peace is being returned to sender empty, stripped of purpose, stripped of power, unable to continue its mission. Your spirit is learning to live under covering rather than under tension. Your mind is learning to rest rather than remain on alert. Your heart is learning to trust that the God who defended you when you were unaware will continue to defend you now. This is not a temporary intervention. This is sustained guardianship. The hand upon your life is steady. The presence around you is active. The protection over you is intentional. You are not moving forward by luck. You are being guided. You are not standing because you fought harder. You are standing because you were held. You are not still here because opposition failed on its own. You are still here because God intervened repeatedly in ways you may never fully see. This is why you do not fear the return of what has already been dealt with. What was dismantled will not rebuild. What was reversed will not regain strength. What was exposed will not hide again. Let your heart remain calm. Let your spirit remain grounded. Let your confidence remain steady. You are not abandoned in the unseen places. You are not alone in the quiet battles. You are not vulnerable to what once targeted you. You are surrounded. You are guarded. You are remembered. You are held securely under divine authority, and every work of darkness sent against you continues to return to sender powerless, while peace, clarity, restoration, and strength continue to take deeper root in your life. Let this prayer settle gently within you as a seal of peace rather than a moment of effort. What has been reversed will not return. What has been lifted will not reattach. What has been restored will continue to grow. You are not walking forward exposed, and you are not standing alone. You are moving under covering, under wisdom, under mercy, under a protection that does not weaken when your attention shifts elsewhere. The God who began this work in you remains present in the unseen hours, in the quiet transitions, in the ordinary days, continuing to guard, to guide, to strengthen, to preserve. Let your heart remain calm. Let your mind remain clear. Let your spirit remain steady. You are held. You are seen. You are not forgotten. You are surrounded. His hand is upon you, and his peace is your portion. If this prayer has spoken to your spirit, stay connected. Remain in this atmosphere of faith. Return to prayer often. Share this with someone who may be silently fighting battles you cannot see. Let others find shelter here too. And if you desire, you can subscribe, stay with this channel, and walk through these moments of prayer together, building strength gently and consistently. Until next time, may the Lord bless you, keep you, and surround you with unshakable peace. Go in strength, go in confidence, and go knowing your story has already turned into your favor.